Hello everyone, Civic Extraordinaire here, and we are picking up from the last episode where we basically established the first few outposts in our empire, and we took a look at the first text for the research tree and how we are progressing along and kind of laid out our plans for our first colony, as well as settling our first colony. So I think now that we've researched some of this gene clinic and helpful physics research. We also got some increased mineral output and energy. Let's go ahead and get some off-world trading companies just for the increased trade route power, as well as just another starbase building to finally start making those starbases useful. Let's also try to get some, I don't think we want to go with robots, but perhaps increased mining station output. Alright, and I think... Okay, so these are how I remember them, I believe. Right, they basically collect trade value, and you kind of use them like as trade nodes and trade outposts, kind of similar to EU4. So I think we're going to try to make some use out of that. We're going to have to monitor the trade networks here. We are still a fledgling empire. As you can see, we're not too big. We only have, what is this, 53 out of 57 of our empire sprawl, but we will hopefully change that soon. I think we want to... What is this? You finished that. Are you working on anything? Okay, you're excavating. Where can we see trade? Probably mousing over it. Is this it? No. We only have the internal market. Speaking of which, we'll have the external market once we open up to a few more planets. But I want to see... I think we can actually click on our trading hub here. Where is it? I think it's this. And then we can zoom out and kind of see something. Excuse me, I'm a bit rusty with the UI, but I think there's some... Actually, here it is. Okay. So here's our trade route map mode. I'm definitely a bit rusty. But this is our capital of the Great Basin here, the city of Nineveh. And then I don't think our collection range is too big, because this is basically our trade routes. Right. Okay, and then we're not really moving too much through here. We kind of have to move along here to get to the capital. So it looks like Alpha Hedri is putting out 2 trade surplus. And then I think we actually want to go and change that really quickly. And edicts, I know I'm kind of dragging along with the intro. We can turn on the speed while we're doing this, but let's just go to policies real quick. And then I think we want to do what? Consumer goods from jobs. Okay, I think this is the one I want. Alright, let's try to get the extra consumer benefits, just for the extra consumer output. And I think that should help us a bit here with the trade policies. Because all that extra energy may not be too useful, at least not right now. So now that the construction workers are here, let's finish that mineral outpost. That construction worker is building a starbase, and then last episode we also found some aliens here. Hopefully we can establish some more communications, but we were able to build an outpost in the Brink, I believe. Yes, it's the Brink system. So that enclave will prove useful in the future. And then again, we're crossing our fingers that we have more routes open for our expansion. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this end of the system will be too fruitful, but it should still help us a bit with future resources. I think there were a few more, what is this, asteroid belts around here, so those should prove to be fairly useful. They're also, already we can see they have some trade value, so we may want to build a trade station there later in the future. But now, speaking of stations, I think we want to go ahead and upgrade this one if we can. Or their starports. And I think our capacity is 1 out of 4. So maybe in the future it would be a good idea to build a starport here, since this also leads to a ton of systems. So we'll do that in a bit. We are kind of trying to conserve our resources, and I think we want to move this to fast mode real quick. Oh, I've been putting it on slow. That's my bad. Okay, so we have extreme storms. I'm rusty. This has actually been a few days since my last recording. I've kind of taken a break, but I've come back. But just wanted to tell you guys why I'm a bit rusty. But we have extreme storms. Ulrika 2 frequently experiences massive and extremely violent storm systems in its atmosphere. Several dozen persistent storms are visible from orbit, with winds often reaching speeds in excess of 700 miles per second. Is that miles or meters per second? I'm not too sure. The cause of these storms is not immediately apparent, as we have found nothing in the planet's climate model that would explain them. Our scientists are interested in studying this anomaly. It's probably meters per second because I believe Paradox is from Sweden, and I think they use the metric system, so that would make sense. Alright, we've just finished an outpost in Sim, so let's build some mining stations. Alright, and you are working on the minerals. We have a lot of minerals here, 7, so we have some very rich resources here. I also love the design of those neutron stars. They're very, they pop out a bit. I think even for this episode's thumbnail, which I went ahead and created, I think we even have a neutron star. I'm not too sure. But we might need to do something about our capacity here with our Empire Sprawl. I think we also wanted to take a look. Right, we're a bit low on amenities. So I think we want to take a look at building... What is this? Probably some noble estates. Right. Okay, they produce unity and stability, though I'm not too sure if they help with administrative stuff. So it's kind of tough. Okay, I think we'll actually go ahead and build the gene clinics because they do have amenities and they will create some more jobs. So let's also take a look at a sewer. Okay, we have some available. Okay, we don't actually have any available jobs, but with the city district, it should help. We already have 4 population. I think that's thanks to our colony status, so that should help with it being a frontier world with additional population growth. So I believe they start at 2. Organically, I think, just starting out, they start with 1 population, but thanks to our ability, they get 2. So I think we should be steady with a sewer. Okay. We have an ancient life pod, excuse me. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit, of Ulrika 2D. Discovered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded, and preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. Alright, we opened the pod, and we found someone in a nice uniform. Alright, extra society research, very good. And we also have completed an expedition here. Our archaeologists working on Osiris have reached a highly unstable section of the ruins. Okay, that set us back a bit, unfortunately. Yeah, we've gotten lucky with some of the rolls, but you can't always count on getting extra clues. Okay, so how far are we on the site? That's not the site I wanted to click on. Where are we? Okay, we're right here, it looks like. In Osiris. And we've had some pretty bad rolls, actually, because we have a negative 20% breakthrough chance. So I don't know if he's out of his league or what, but... Okay, we had 1 positive roll. I've never seen it been in the negatives, the breakthrough chance, so that is a bit bad, but that scientist should be fairly competent. He should be about level 3 or 4. So, okay, we have some new traditions. Let's go ahead and finish Discovery and get our first Ascension perk. I think just to avoid building bureaucrat offices. Okay, and we've just finished the Starbase in Alpha Hydri. I want to go ahead and get Imperial Prerogative just for the administrative cap. So let's go ahead and get that. And as you can see, we've expanded a bit. Alright, now we won't have to worry about that cap. I think it was 57, now it's 67. So it was increased by 20%, which is good in that we don't have to worry about increasing it for now. Alright, build a system or a station in Mosir. You can go ahead and build the research station. Okay, we are picking up science. Ooh, interrupted. The team under science. Let me read this first. We are picking up science, life science coming from within here. Okay, investigate the anomaly. The team under Science Officer Kanan Yardley has finished their. Let me unpause this. Expedition on Iam. What is this? 6A and returned to the ISS Asperity. Sadly, the wrecked starships on the surface were too badly damaged to recover any useful technologies. Alright, and we get +3 engineering, and we get some experience, which isn't too bad. Okay, let's go ahead and move you to Zodior. We have asteroid fauna. Looks like there's some life on an asteroid. Not going to bother to read too much into that. But we do have another interesting excavation site here. Alright. Okay. And then I don't think we had another large planet over here. I'm just double checking. Let's go ahead and survey in the system. Check for any alien life. We are a bit sparse on good planets, unfortunately. You can go ahead, survey here. And you're building that, okay. Yeah, it's kind of a slow experience at the start, but has been a bit fun getting to expand our new horizons and kind of read through some of the more RP heavy stuff, because Stellaris is definitely more of a role-playing game, and that some of the lore is a lot more developed than Civilization 6 or even Humankind. But after a long, arduous period of digging deep into the crust of Osiris, the excavation team researched another underground structure. Despite readings indicating that the building is hollow, no entry point can be found. It appears to be hermetically sealed. I thought it said something else. And the protective walls are made of some unknown material with extreme structural integrity. Conventional digging equipment doesn't even scratch it. It will require some serious effort to get through, but the project is already underway. Alright, nice. 2 more clues. We definitely need a bit of help with Chapter 2 there, especially considering our bad rolls. So, okay, looks like we still have some sparse planets. I think the planet habitability was set to like 1.5, so this shouldn't be the case. Unless the planet habitability was set something much lower, but yeah. We have like 112 population planet, and then 113, and then what? 111, and 115, okay. So we have a few planets, but they're kind of small, which is definitely not what I'm going for. Alright. So you finish the alloys there, and then we might even need another construction ship, considering we haven't really advanced too much around here. Or not. We haven't, it looks like we're going to kind of split up into 3 different systems here. We have the eastern part over here, the southern kind of arm of the galaxy here, and then we have some unexplored territory to our west. Alright, we've detected a microsingularity, get the +3 physics research, and it looks like we have some nice moats over in the Altar system. We've also completed an archaeological dig. So, after months of hard work, using a powerful beam which combines intense fusion heat with high-frequency vibration, the excavation team has finally managed to crack the underground structure. Okay, you're still exploring, thankfully. As soon as the vault was cracked, the disembodied voice recording spoke again. It declared that our determination had been proven, that another trial had been completed, and that we were to be rewarded accordingly. And so we were. The bunker contained all sorts of valuables, not least of which hitherto unknown technologies which can be investigated further. Excellent. And we're getting a new research option. Alright. Okay, we have some new... Okay, that's actually just the option being unlocked. Let's take a quick pause and then discover more about our mysterious benefactor, and I don't know if that researched that for us, but let's go ahead and get the increased mining station output, and then we can focus on the Corvette stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and reassign our archaeologist here. Here you are. I think we want Saint Hosek in memoriam. Go ahead and excavate this site. Baleen should be more than capable Unfortunately, he only has his initial starting trait, so it's not really improving his chances of excavating faster. I think there are a few archaeologist traits introduced by ancient relics, but it looks like we haven't been too lucky with rolling them. So, okay. The good news is that you have finished in Sanides, so you can explore that unknown system there. And also, we haven't really encountered too many aliens. I may be biting my tongue in a few minutes here, but it looks like our neighbors are fairly distant. Even though I don't think we should let our guard down. Okay, and it looks like this also connects to some other parts of the galaxy as well. So we're not exactly too boxed in. That's kind of the nice thing about Stellaris. You will get a few starts that kind of box you in, but overall, the sandbox nature of the game, which shares some similarities with Civ 6 and kind of how things are generated, but I think Stellaris allows you to have more forgiving starts. Okay, immense ragged plains of shadow drift across Zir 4's face. They are cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere. Very interesting. Alright, another modifier that should help in the future with our society output. We have a few juicy society modifiers here. So I think we've been a fairly research-heavy... we've had a fairly research-heavy start. Just because of our intelligence trait, and then because of all the science resources we have. Alright.
Our research has progressed.
And we have another research technology. Okay, let's go ahead and get the research speed. I think this has been nerfed down a bit. I remember it being plus 10%, but they may have split up the administrative AI into two different techs with plus 5% each. Let me double check this real quick. Okay, no, I think they just flat out nerfed the research speed from administrative AI, which is a bit unfortunate, because plus 10% is pretty good in the early game, but I can see why they took the nerf hammer to it. Alright. And you are building a station there. Thankfully we have a lot of influence due to our political parties. Okay. Now how are you doing with the research site here? Okay. Something waiting. Are you doing anything? Okay, he's excavating a different research site. That just automatically redirected me to one of the other research sites. Right, sonified science. Alright, let's view the site. Here it is. I had a bit of trouble finding it. But we have had some more forgiving rolls here. Actually, I have perfect timing, it seems, because we just completed one of the quests here. So we get one artifact, and then we get 2 clues. But let me just read this real quick. Extensive seismographic readings have been compiled into a highly accurate visual model of the underground structure on St. Hossack. It appears to be a vast network of angular corridors, each several kilometers long. The entire structure is mostly corridors with the exception of one open space at the bottom of the building. More than that cannot be interpreted until we reach and investigate the site properly. Some of these readings can be a bit of a tongue twist, but I think I've been doing fairly well with them, especially since I haven't been reading too much into Stellaris lately. Alright, go ahead. This system is particularly rich. So let's go ahead and build a mining station here. And then I think we want to go ahead and invest into a starport here in the future, just in case any empire wants to take advantage of the wormhole. I don't think I'm being too cautious there. But speaking of outposts, let's go ahead, or starholds for Stellaris. So maybe I was thinking a bit of humankind. Let's go ahead and get some trade hubs for the planet, and then I think we can also get trade networks. Right? Okay, maybe that's a bit in the future, but we can get trade hubs, so that's going to help with increasing our trade value, and in turn our energy output and consumer goods. Okay, now where are you going? Do not go there. We do not need you to go there. Go over here. Good thing I caught that. Right. And you are researching the anomaly. That should be fine. He's already level 5, which is pretty good. He should also be level 4, okay. fairly close to leveling up, I think. Alright, in memoriam, the science team finally breached the underground complex and entered the empty corridors. The long tunnels... Asteroid collision, okay. +3 minerals, the long tunnels are completely empty. On closer inspection, the walls appeared to be covered in small, strange inscriptions. Translation of the alien language was a highly confusing process until it was discovered that the writing consisted of nothing but alien names, numbering in the millions. Archaeologists are now pressing onwards to the bottom chamber, but their effort is hindered by caved-in corridors which need to be cleared. Alright, more clues, and we already have a pretty good breakthrough chance. Okay, looks like we've already completed 2 chapters, so I don't know if this will continue on and be finished past the 3rd chapter, or how this is going to work out. Stop going back to Minchitz, or whatever this is called. Minchib. Very annoying. Right. Now they should be far enough away, but if they go back again, I may have to create a separate science ship just to get them off my ass. Okay, we have Full of Wonders. Okay, that's the wrong system, actually. We've already went ahead and got some really lucky rolls here. Alright, our science team down on St. Hossack has reached the bottom chamber of the memorial structure. There they found an ancient recorded message, some kind of personal debriefing. We failed. The Relentless cut through our entire navy without even slowing down. All is lost. We will die here in these halts. Oops, let me pause the game real quick. We will die here in these... What is this? Gamma Alien. We will die here in these halls of tribute to fallen brethren. We fear for the lives of our wards. The Relentless will find them, and then they... ... There's no sign of struggle, no bodies, only empty halls and the silence of the ones who perished. Alright, very ominous, but it looks like we're not done with this quest yet. Now that we've paused, hopefully we can see the aliens. Alright, looks like they're wandering amoebas. I think we can take them out at this stage in the game. Let's just see our fleet composition here. Okay. How are we doing? 244. I think we can go ahead and afford to invest into our fleet a bit more. Let's go ahead and get 5 more Corvettes if we can. Alright, we can afford that. We can actually afford quite a bit more. So that should double our capacity by about 200, 250. Maybe we can get 2 more. And then I think that's good. Alright, once we complete this archaeological site, I think we'll go ahead and investigate this. But it's unfortunate that we cannot go over there. Alright, now that you're here, go ahead and investigate over here. And then we will clear that out later.
Construction finalized.
And then you need to start working on that. Okay, and then you're finishing up with the research stations. Good. Let's go ahead and check back on a sewer. Looks like we're down a job, so I think we want to go ahead and get some gene clinics. It's probably a good idea. Probably also a good idea to get some stability, so maybe we can do some noble states. I think we actually need some more population, so I take that back. Okay, let's go ahead and get some gene clinics. That should at least calm the pops down for a bit. Alright. Okay, and unfortunately, this guy has a slave pop bonus, so that's not really going to help us too much. Alright, you can go ahead and build the outpost station here. Okay, and then we have another excavation here. Alright. Head scientist Baoline wanted to comb through... Sorry about that. Head scientist Baoline wanted to comb through every nook and cranny of the memorial site. It paid off. A small device was discovered in one of the corridors. A small fragment of information could be salvaged from it. Could work. With their mental faculties shut off, their very intellect removed, they would pose no threat. It must be enough. It's the only thing left that we can do. The device also included some new coordinates. Baoline would like to investigate there as soon as possible. Alright, very ominous. So I don't know if those people, the aliens who were being attacked, was us or someone else. But we will have to wait and see. And we have Nefri's Pride. We've discovered an armed vessel. Okay, and we can get the X-Fin Labs. I think think I've had this quest before. I've had a lot of these quests before. Let's go ahead and... Okay. You can go and survey this. And then I think that should be good. Alright. You go ahead and build a research station here. If I can manage to click on the system. Alright, and you continue surveying. Alright. This looks like it looks like it spreads out a bit, so we have a lot more star systems to claim, thankfully. But I think I'm going to go ahead and actually read this. Alright, we have the Delta aliens. And where have they been encountered? Ooh. Okay, it looks like we've encountered our first empire, actually. So, we're gonna need to play it a bit safe here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get basic combat rules, and then you... What was it here? Right, we've got an off-world trading company, just in time as we were building up our outpost here. So let's go ahead and build an off-world trading company here. And see what our trade is like a bit too. So... Alright, we have 17 trade. Eventually a sewer should contribute a lot more trade. I don't know if there's too much of a risk of piracy. Looks like it's hurting us a bit, but we can clamp down on that later. Okay, let's also build... Okay, you're on that. After he's done building this physics station, I think we definitely want to clamp down on this part of this, the sector. I'm actually going to speed it up a bit because I'm nervous. I want him to hurry up and complete that. Okay, build this. Okay. And we're already filling up our administrative capacity. We've grown quite rapidly. Alright. You can go ahead and... Can we build over here? Yes, we can. Try to get to there as soon as possible. Okay, and you're already on that. Great. We have a new tradition unlocked. Let's go ahead and get... We'll finish off expansion, I think. Go ahead and increase pop growth speed. This will be helpful for a sewer. You should be at 5 pops already. 6. We're growing quite rapidly on a sewer. But I think it's pre-assigned us to a tech world. So let's actually just get a few more city offices here. Okay.
Construction finalized.
Alright, finish that society station here. And then I don't know how much this is going to piss the aliens off here. You might want to go ahead and research them. Okay, it shouldn't take too long. They're definitely not a fallen empire. They would have immediately contacted us. But I just want to see... Yeah, they've kind of claimed the surrounding space, so we definitely want to get a clamp on Sura as fast as possible. Okay. What are you doing? Okay, you're investigating that anomaly, and then you should be working on this moat sector here. Alright, and we've uncovered a giant skeleton. Okay. And we've discovered some interesting alien writing. Okay, you should be done with the system very... Oh, never mind, I take that back. This has a ton of asteroids. So this looks like it's going to take a bit to uncover, but that should be a ton of trading resources we get from there. So it's a good thing we went ahead and checked that out. Apparently our scientists weren't completely crazy after all. Alright, now you're done with building that outpost. I called it an outpost. The Starhold, that's what it's called. Now you can go to Altair, and hopefully this guy makes it on time. Let's just see, Sura. Okay, I don't think anyone is in there, or Suia. These systems all have very strange names. Okay, looks like there's no one there, so we should be fine building an outpost here. We definitely want to fortify it if this empire is hostile. And I think Stellaris tends to spawn hostile empires near your borders just for interesting political drama. So it's probably a good thing that we are investing more into our fleet. Speaking of which, we've already established communications. Uh-oh. This is not too good. I represent the Kafevad League. Our elected leader, Commissary Kagok, hopes for peaceful relations with your people, but know that we are more than capable of defending our way of life. Alright, he's a giant, ugly spider. Okay. Definitely not anything reminiscent of our species. Okay. I guess this meeting is surely a blessing. They're probably going to immediately close their borders with us, knowing my luck. Okay, the news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms that what we have long suspected. We are not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species, yada yada yada. Yes, they're ugly xenos. Okay. And let's see. They've already kind of clamped off this region. Unfortunately. How hostile are you to us? Okay, what is your... They already have negative 180 opinion of us. Okay, that's not very good. And they also have a pretty good perk. Okay. They're ugly fungus spiders, and they're militarist, which means they're going to be a bitch to fight. And they're also a military commissariat. Why do they hate us so much? They hate our slavery policy, they hate new contact, they think we're tyrants, and they hate that we're an autocracy. Even though that they're like some kind of military tribunal. So, okay. They have some rivals, so maybe we'll be able to ally with them before we piss them off too much. The spiders. So, let's just quickly claim Suia and build a military outpost there. Okay, kind of unfortunate that they've hoarded all of this to themselves. But there's not too much we can do. Alright, just build that space, baby. Build it fast. Alright, looks like it's almost done. And they've already closed their borders off to us. Wonderful. God, they're assholes already. I thought this should have been expected. Alright, yeah. Our kind is inferior. Where have I heard this before? They'll never know the meaning of democracy. Alright. Okay. Disgusting, disgusting xenos. Let's hope that this isn't blocked off from us, so we can quickly expand. Okay. Yeah, they've closed our borders. Okay. And they're going to be assholes to us, just in general. And they're hostile, too. Alright, we're definitely closing our borders to you. Yes, okay, you're not very popular among us either, because you're a hostile asshole. We haven't even met you for a day, and you're already being completely unreasonable. Okay. Alright, and then I think our military is mobilizing. No, they're not. Alright, go ahead and check the system out here. Do something useful. And it looks like they took our science ship or did something to it. So I think they should return. Okay, in a year. Alright. How much of a year? Okay, they should return in about 4 months. Yes, about 3 months, or 2 months actually. So, I think we're going to call this an episode for today. It's actually been definitely more interesting than the last because we met our first Xeno Empire. So we've met the neighbors, so to say. And it's kind of looking grim because they have they have a bigger military basically. So I think we're going to want to pump out a lot more Corvettes and kind of get our act together. So before we go, let's go ahead and build 5 more Corvettes. Can we afford even 15? Or 5 more? Let's just go ahead and build 3 more and kind of cross our fingers that they don't go too batshit crazy. And we can try to maintain our peace here. Right. In the meantime, though, you've explored the system, which is great. Unfortunately, these asteroids haven't provided too much value, but go ahead, research this project, and then we'll put you back onto the kind of the main storyline. Interestingly enough, I don't think we've discovered our kind of main precursors. I may be wrong. Yeah, I don't think we've discovered the main precursors, which is very odd. So we probably should uncover that very soon, but I'm kind of hoping for the Zroni or something interesting like that I haven't gotten too much of a chance to play for, or play. But if you guys like this episode, please leave a like, subscribe. The audio should be more consistent next episode because I'm getting my desk. And in the next month, I'm getting a new computer, so the gameplay should be less choppy. So if you like this content, please leave a like. As I said earlier, subscribe at the notification bell. And leave a comment if you like the episode. Leave some critique in the comments if you didn't like the episode. And please stay safe. These are very trying times, especially for me and my family. But thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Alright, peace.